My name is Helena. I come from Portugal, but I am the director of the International Labour Office Bureau for Workers' Activities, ACTRAV. First of all, trade unions have to be able to communicate differently than what they are used to do or than what they used to do in the past. Today, we see that societies are less collective than they used to be in the past. People are more selfish. I'm not saying in the wrong sense, but people are more connected to the social networks than to the community where they are integrated. They are more concerned about getting a job that pays no matter what than about getting a stable job. They want to work at any price. They want to get a salary at any price. And trade unions need to communicate with young people, telling them what's the benefit of becoming a trade union member. And the fact that you get a job at any price is not good. I mean, it may be good for you on the short term, it's not good for you on the medium and on the longer term, because you're not being served with your fundamental rights at work. You're not being served with your capacity to start being a contributor to your pension, your retirement schemes, to your health, to your unemployment benefit, whatever. So it is important that trade unions get this message across, saying you can still be independent in terms of how you behave in the society, but at the same time you need to understand that you are unable to protect your individual rights if they're not put into a collective framework. Now, is there a better collective framework than a trade union organization? I think Africa has done a lot of progress. I mean, sometimes we hear a very negative approach and a very negative speech regarding the position and the situation of Africa. I don't agree with that. I think there are a lot of very important and very incredible cases and experiences regarding the progress that has been achieved. We know that the starting point of many countries in Africa has been a very small one. So the road that you need to pursue, it's a much longer one. But it's not new. That's been done in other continents, so it's not impossible. And you've got the capacity of people that are innovative, that are committed, that are motivated, and you've got something which is fundamental, and that's why so many companies want to invest in Africa. You've got a lot of natural riches, a lot of commodities that interest the world. So it is important that Africa makes the best use of that. I'll give you an example, for instance. I see that Africa, regarding the greening of the economy, is very much advanced. I mean, that's part of the discussions, that's part of the practice. My colleagues tomorrow are going to visit the cement company. And the cement company is not just a cement company, which we know is highly polluting and all the rest, but it has transformed its quarry into a green development project. And I think that that's the way you need to go in this continent. You need maybe to burn some of the stages that other parts of the world did not have the chance to do that, but you can move very quickly. You have a well-educated youth, and that's why you're talking about young people. I mean, we need to make sure that people remain in their countries and that they contribute to the development of their countries without giving them the option of you go, you migrate, because we've got nothing to offer to you. So it is a big responsibility, and unions are part of that responsibility together with the employers and together with the governments. How do we make sure that young people contribute to the development of their countries? How do we make sure that there is a sustainable development model in this continent that allows for economic, social and environmental protection and development? How do we make sure that we make work pay with rights and with equal conditions and with fair treatment? I mean, that's the decent work agenda in the context of high levels of social protection, high levels of a regulatory framework that protects people, high levels of tripartite social dialogue and bipartite social dialogue. These are key elements in order to make the world move, but move in the right direction, because we have seen that more flexibility, as many say, no rule of law is not leading us anywhere, and that's not the development model that we want for Africa or for any other continent. Automation is a fact. I mean, you cannot stop it, right? But you can manage it. and I think that's the most difficult part of the process. How do you manage automation in a manner which allows for companies to continue developing, but also allows for workers to continue having a job, and having a job which is not an automatic job itself, which is one that motivates, that allows people to bring in their own capacities, their capacity to innovate. So the link between, or the border, I would say probably better, between what is a machine and what is a human being is something that I don't think our societies have yet discussed seriously. And I don't think that the risk is how many machines are going to replace how many human beings. I mean, the challenge is how many jobs are we able to create so that people, men, women, young people, are able to earn their living fairly and that they are able to be protected.